Okay, all right, so we'll go through some basic Google Sheet methods to find some descriptive statistics, numerical descriptive statistics. Okay, all right, so here is a data set. I have two, I guess this is football, no, basketball. All right, this is basketball, and I have winning team, losing team, and their points. Okay, now this is just a data set that I randomly picked from chapter 3. All right, but this will work with any data set that you will download for your chapter 3 quiz. Okay, now as a good habit before we dive in, what you want to do whenever you get a data set is there's a couple things you want to do first, right? We mentioned this before. Go ahead and freeze the top row, right? So this way when you scroll, right, the title, the label doesn't change. Now, Google Sheet is very smart. You see this Explore button on the bottom left, bottom right. I'm not sure if you can see this right now with my recording, but if you go to the bottom right, you have the Explore button, and if you click on it, right, you can ask a lot about the data. Right? You can even say median of column B, median of column E, and so on. Okay, and so you can actually for a lot of the questions in chapter 3 quiz, you can just answer it with with this button, right, down here. Now the thing is, we want to be more, we want to learn how to use this a little bit better. Okay, but before we do that, right, one of the things you want to do, right, maybe is put points 1, right, and points 2 here. Now, why is that? Because now Google Sheets can actually tell the difference between these two columns. You don't want to have columns with the same name, right? Same name, and so this way, when you go back to the Explorer, you click on the bottom right, you have the Explore button. You notice now Google Sheets is able to tell, right? You can communicate with Google Sheets points 2 versus points 1, and so on. Okay, and then here, right, we can say, okay, median of points 1 or points 2. Right? You want points 1, let's start this, right? And then this will tell you what the median is. Okay, now we're going to do slightly different different method here, or we're going to create a table to collect the information. Okay, now where you so I'm going to put a table, and that's going to have all the information that we need. Now, where you put the table matters, right? Because I might have to sort these things. So if I sort these numbers, right, then I don't want to mess it up. So usually you want to leave the bottom space empty. You don't want to put anything here, so to put it on the side. You also don't want to put anything here because you don't want to again, when you sort the data, you don't want to move these cells. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. This is pretty safe here. Okay, or here is fine. Okay, so I want the mean, right, median, mode. Let's see what else they ask you guys to do. Q1, right? Q1, and then range, right? And then the standard, variance, and the standard deviation. Okay, all right, and then here, you know what? I'm gonna change the color. Okay, just make it a little bit brighter. All right, so here we go. Okay, now mean is very simple. It's just average. Okay, and then so we just start typing in average, and then we have the formula here. Click on the formula. You have the parenthesis, and you want to select the data. Now I'm interested in the average of the winning teams. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Just select the data. Close parentheses. Close. Median, same thing. Right, there's already a formula for that. Okay, again, I'm going to do median for here, and then close parentheses. Mode, very simple. Mode is also just a formula there. Okay, Q1, a little bit extra command. So Q1, so we need the quartiles. So if you start typing in quartile, right, there's the formula. Okay, now click on that. You have to start a parenthesis. You select the data set, right, the array. Now, don't close parenthesis because now you have to tell Google Sheet what quartile you want. Okay, so you do that by hitting a comma, and then we want quartile 1. Okay, now hit 1, and then close parentheses there. Okay, you do the same thing for quartile 3, which I'll let you figure that out. Now, as we mentioned a couple times in class, there are many different methods to find the quartiles. These are samples, and the quartiles are just estimates anyway. So what I've done in the chapter 3 quiz is I put in the answers for if you do either method we did in class or Google Sheet. Okay, so if you put in the quartiles you get from Google Sheet, Canvas should give you the right amount, or the right number. Okay, now range, unfortunately, right, range we don't Google Sheets doesn't have an actual formula for range. But what you can do, right, and then what you can do is this, right? If you click here, and if you click this down arrow, it can sort it. So voila, so you can sort this. So you would just do 90 minus 65, right? That's the range. It's maximum minus the minimum. And you notice how I sort, I sort here. So let me go back. I'll just do undo. Oops, not good. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do undo here, right? And then okay, and you notice that, yeah, so this is why you want to be strategic about it, because if I had put my table down here, then when I click sort, I would have messed up. I would have messed that up. Okay, so I'll let you do range on your own, but you can use the sort feature to sort out with the maximum and the minimum. Variance. Okay, now I'll remember from the handout, right? For variance, we have population variance and sample variance. Now, the standard is, unless otherwise stated, we always use the sample variance formula. Always dealing with a sample, because we always assume that we have a sample. Okay, and Google Sheets will do this as well. So if you do variance, var, right, variance, here we go, variance var, right? So this variance is the sample variance. Okay, click that, and then put a standard, select here, that's the standard deviation. Okay, so that's the variance. Standard deviation, we do STDEV. Okay, and that's going to be the sample standard deviation. Right? Now, if you want the population standard deviation, that will be the STDEVP. Okay, so this one here, and I don't know why this is redundant, but this is the sample, this is the population. Okay, you can use these. You can use this one as well. Okay, what is that? Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, I see. Text as 0. Okay. You know what? Actually, you know what? We'll visit this again later. Okay. Here we go. So we click that. Select this data set. Close parentheses. Got that. Now, remember, right? Variance, right, is you take the variance is a square of standard deviation. So if you take the square root of the variance, you should get that. Okay. Well, let's give that a try, right? And then, you have a square root function in Google Sheet as well. So if you hit equal, the square root is XQRT, parentheses, and then we'll select that, close parentheses, we see we get the same thing, boom, right? That works. Okay,